these are a few true crimes that were committed that have been creatively tied together by
Okay.
the director and the writer. It's not like an actual true representation of any one particular event. It's like a creative this thing. But the events, the crimes themselves are already quite popular because they were in the news. At that time, I got a ton of offers to be the hero in all these badly conceived films. Like people who with money who wanted to somehow make films. At that point, I used to piggyback on Prithviraj's stardom, and then Mamuka came. Then I,
Yeah.
I started piggybacking on Mamuka's stardom. Yash being a big star and a massy star, he understands that world so well. And at the same time, he's an actual good actor. Like he's not just a star, so he's actually a very good actor also. And combining that with Geetu's sensibilities, he's always taking input from her.
Hi, Sudev Nair. Welcome to screen.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yes. Sudev, your first Malayalam streaming series, Kammattam, is all set for release. Let's start our conversation there. What is Kammattam and what should or what can audience expect from Kammattam?
Kammattam is an police investigative thriller.
Hmm.
Um, so the audience can expect uh, what Malayalam cinema has already established in that genre. We do very well, police investigative thrillers. So this will be something that we already know as an audience. You already have an expectation that this is how it will be, and those expectations will be met, but with a freshness because there's a fresh cast and a fresh director. Yeah.
And both the trailer and other promo materials emphasize one key aspect that it is based on true events that took place in Trishur. What are these true events that we are you're discussing here?
Uh, so these are a few true crimes that were committed that have been creatively tied together by
Okay.
the director and the writers. It's not like an actual true representation of any one particular event.
Hmm.
It's like a creative this thing. But the events, the crimes themselves are already quite popular because they were in the news.
Yeah.
So these are all financial crimes. That's why the name Kammattam,
Hmm.
which means money making machine, or
Yeah.
it's like a metaphor.
So more than one crime is being discussed across the show, I'm assuming.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's like each
But
episode
but
one
everything,
separate. Huh.
no.
Oh,
It's all the crimes are connected together, and how they tie in together, and how one thing leads to the other, and then one it all closes the loop in the
okay.
end is what the whole
Huh.
story is about.
Yeah. And I will just want to ask you this. Like the first time that Malayali audience ever heard your name was after you won the Kerala State Film Award. I still remember watching the flash news and seeing that Sudev Nairana, നമ്മുടെ മികച്ച നടൻ. And
Well,
that was very unfortunate and very intriguing at the same time because before that we had never heard of the name because your film which for which you won the award My Life Partner did not have a proper release in Kerala. So
yeah.
that you entered the Malayali consciousness as the best actor in a way. So I just want to ask you, was that as monumental as that achievement was, did it also hinder you from in a certain way that okay, these are the kind of characters that you kept receiving, or people were filmmakers in particular were hesitant to come to you with certain kind of characters, which actually stopped you from progressing further in any way?
No, not at all, not at all. It was definitely not a hindrance. In fact, it was. It only boosted, like you said, Malayali. I entered the Malayali consciousness thanks to that award. So by the time I got the award, I had already finished shooting for Anarkali also.
Yeah.
So I already had this one commercial movie which was set to release. It hadn't released yet, and now had an award also.
Hmm.
So I was in a kind of an interesting place career-wise at that time. But the thing about academic awards is that they don't translate to
Yeah.
audience likability, because the audience, you just entered their consciousness. You have to seep into it. You have to gain their love and their trust and their affection. That takes time. Just an award is not going to do that. So that's why it took as long as it did for me to keep persevering. But like you said, there was never any hindrance that anybody approached me for only one particular set of roles or anything. In fact, at that time, I got a ton of offers to be the hero in all these badly conceived films. Like people who with money who wanted to somehow make films, and they saw, okay, we have one hero who's just here. Let's just he's in the paper news, so
Yeah.
we can grab that mileage. So luckily during that time, Johny Sagariga, he happened to watch a few of my interviews, and he realized that okay, this boy has potential. He has a good voice. He talks very well. He's educated. Is the best actor. He should not squander away his career. So out of the blue, he found out my number, called me from Bombay, booked me a flight ticket, had me stay in a hotel room, and so just so that he could come and counsel me
Mm.
that this is how it's going to be. You're going to get a ton of offers now. All of these will be bad films. Don't do any of those. You don't be tempted to be hero. It takes time.
Mm.
Wait for good directors, established directors, and good scripts. Wait for those. And there will also be people who will come to exploit you. They'll come
Mm.
to you for one scene to just get beaten up by the hero, so that then those also will come. So you be
Yeah.
careful of all of these. If you make these mistakes, you'll be out because for you, all these stars must be like gods. So you don't know from where who will come with an
Mm.
exploitative mindset. So all these things. So he came in like a guardian angel, and from there I kind of knew, okay, slow and steady.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what was that film or like that performance that made you feel like, yes, you entered the Malayali consciousness within State Award, but which was that one performance that made you feel you won the audience's love also?
It was a little gradual. So,
Okay.
like Anarkali was something, my first commercial movie also.
Hmm.
Because that movie itself was so good and it, it has so much rewatch value that people have watched it again and again and again. And that's one of my positive characters, whereas most of the others are
Yeah.
negative ones. And then there was Anarkali, then there was Ezra,
Yeah.
in which again I had good, both coincidentally thanks to Prithviraj actually. And I at that point I used to piggyback on Prithviraj's stardom, and then Mamuka came. Then I started piggybacking on Mamuka's stardom. Yeah. So uh, so then the final, like I could say, quantum leap came after Bhishma Parva. Like that
Hmm.
was which really like until then I was only familiar to the urban audience, but after Bhishma Parva,
Hmm.
everybody across the board, every age group, every strata, everybody knew of me and liked me. Uh,
Hmm.
that's all Mamuka's reach actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
And
the Bhishma Parva. Yeah.
huh, yeah. And I also remember like you mentioning in one of your early interviews that when you initially tried to like crack into Malayalam industry, like a lot of people told you that you look a bit North Indian with your green eyes and like that. Do you still face such like comments even now? Or like are you a proper
Mm.
Malayali actor now?
No, I don't face those kind of comments now. I'm a proper Malayali actor now.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm, I'm a little, maybe thanks to the looks or the kinds of movies that I've done, I've had the good fortune of working pan India also, which is why Kammattam also came to me because when the script was originally conceived, it was conceived differently. The character was different. It
Okay.
was a little older and everything. And by the time the script developed, they realized it's got a little larger scale, and they would like to make it a little bigger and have it like a more pan India release. So they wanted someone who's known across industries, and that's how everybody suggested my name, and then it came to me. So yeah, so that's I see that now as an advantage only.
Mhm. And you are a trained actor and FTII alumnus. I just want to ask you, like, what is your process like? Like I remember you saying during the making or before the release of Thuramugam that Rajiv Ravi called you and gave you the character, and he said, "Okay, take it forward. You do whatever you want. You make
Yeah.
the character." But is that the process that you like, wherein you receive the character, you sit down with it, you prepare, or do you completely like to submit yourself to the director and let him handhold you into the character? What is your process? What's your style?
Uh, yeah, I always prefer to be left alone to do my own thing, and most directors also prefer if the actors can bring in uh, their contribution of
Hmm.
the art,
Hmm.
so that it's because it's a cumulative collaborative process. Unless everybody brings in their expertise, the film will not reach where it should reach.
Hmm.
And uh, like directors like Rajiv Ravi will leave you alone, uh, barely any directions. Like Rajiv Ravi, Amal Needed, JK from Ezra. They will usually leave you alone unless you're going too much off track.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So, and then they'll just nudge you. They won't literally tell you what to do. They'll nudge you in the right direction. And that's the
Hmm.
basically that's why direction. They'll just give you the direction of where you should go.
Yeah.
And so that's the process I enjoy. And yeah, so some directors have a very set notion of what this scene should look like, and
Hmm. Hmm.
so they fail to then adapt to what the other artists, not just the actors,
Hmm.
the other departments also can bring to the table, and so that is something now I've started included in my screening process when I talk to the directors beforehand if we don't know of their work prior. Yeah.
So when you are left alone, you are working on your character and you are actually like building the character based on what the script has given and the instructions that the director has given. And now you have played police characters a few times, right? Like in CBI 5, it was there, Heaven, Kotta, and now Kammattam, you're again donning khaki. When you're doing such characters, especially police characters, which filmmakers might tend to like push into template, like the old Indian police kind of a thing, or like a certain style, wherein while playing such characters, when like there can be monotony or like you can like develop a certain set of stylistics or anything, do you actually put in the extra effort to ensure that these actually you don't have any there's those kind of similarities, or do you completely follow the script and like that?
I just follow the script, and so these cliches from what the police characters are already established. Um, Usually, the directors who want that won't come to me because I don't fit into that template to begin with.
Yeah.
So once they have already thought of me, then it usually means that that's not what they have in mind.
Hmm.
And then, like for Kammattam, the monotony was a concern for me because if I'm playing a negative character or if I'm playing one of those characters that comes and does a plot twist, I usually have some screenplay element or some quirk of the character that can make it interesting and get some attention from the
Mhm.
audience. But for a show like Kammattam, where I'm the protagonist and it's based on very real procedural uh, inputs in Kammattam because it's the protagonist, and we have it's a very real way in which the police actually conducts their investigation. So there are
Hmm.
none of those flowery dialogues and
Yeah.
all those things, that you would expect from a masala film. So
Mhm.
that because in real life, a police officer doesn't create drama, especially a CI level police officer won't be doing drama. He'll be
Mhm.
talking very straight, and uh, there'll just be his presence, which is interesting. So that was an actual concern for me that this should not become monotonous.
Mhm.
Like sometimes we mistake casual for real. That
Mhm.
you've seen that some actors think that they're being casual because that's what's real, but that's not actually true.
mm,
Casual doesn't have to be real. Real can also still be interesting. So that was the only thing that I was always concerned about. I kept checking with the director and kept checking myself also that that shouldn't happen.
yeah. And you
Yeah,
directed the web series Not Fit a few years ago. Do you
true.
have like that inclination to direct a feature-length film also down the lane?
Yeah, like directing is actually quite a stressful yet a much more rewarding experience, but it's also very stressful. Um, if I do feel like there is a subject which which I will have a unique perspective on,
Mm,
then surely I would want to direct.
yeah.
Otherwise, I feel like as an actor, I can give something unique all the time. There's some things that I can do that other artists cannot do. So that's a good space for me to be in. But if I just get into direction for the sake of it without having
Mm,
anything unique to offer, then there's no point. Yeah.
yeah. And so that over the past few days, there's been a rampant, a smear campaign of sort against your upcoming film, Toxic, with many claiming that like Yash is all of a sudden ghost
I,
directing the movie
yeah,
and like
I just read that today. Yeah, it's hilarious.
what is there
Yeah,
any truth to any of those things?
there is absolutely no truth to it at all because
Hmm.
yeah, like it was very evident to me that there some jealous people are trying to run this kind of a campaign because you should see how the set functions is. It's one of the best examples of collaborative work. You know, Yash being a big star and a massy star, he understands that pulse so well. And at the same time, he's an actual good actor. Like he's not just a star, so he's actually a very good actor also. And combining that with Geetu's sensibilities, he's always taking input from her, and
Hmm.
she is also taking input from him. So if both of their aim is only to get the best, and there is never any ego clash. She will correct him, or she will tell him this is not working. Let's try this. Let's try that, and then he will also try different things until both of them are satisfied. Which is how it is. It is with me also. She will tell me, and until I am also satisfied, we will keep doing the same thing. So that's the same process. And then he will also sometimes have inputs, and
Hmm.
she will always be open. I will also have inputs. She will always be open to take them.
Yeah.
So it's a very like it's one of those sets that's never been stressful, which is a
Hmm.
sign of a
And
good
that such a
environment. I mean,
massive film. It's
yeah,
never
yeah,
stressful. Yeah.
never been stressful because
Hmm.
everybody is on the same page and that that mindset trickles from the top.
Yeah.
You know, whoever is at the top, if they are stressed and they're frustrated, then it trickles
Hmm.
down to everybody. Yeah.
Hmm. And lastly, like in your opinion, why should people watch Kamatam?
So for one, like I said, we are fond of the genre in police investigative. I myself keep looking forward to more and more investigative thrillers, and
Oh,
so
okay,
we
can I
have an
interrupt you there?
opportunity.
Just like, what's your
Yeah,
favorite Malayalam investigative police drama?
yeah. Recently it was
Hmm.
Officer on Duty,
Yeah.
Jacochins. And then I also saw Rond recently, and I
Hmm. Yeah.
really loved, especially for Dilish Pothan's
Hmm.
performance. I thought
Yes.
that was unexpected for me. I did not expect this from Dilish Pothan. It was very layered and it was quite a brilliant performance.
Yeah.
So yeah, and when we see an investigative thriller, we already kind of know that okay, this is
Yeah.
going to be good watch, and when we attempted to watch it. So this will be one of those, and this will have a fresh perspective because I have not been seen in that avatar yet. So there's
Hmm.
some hopefully freshness to that, and the director Shan is also very skilled and very talented. So something hopefully we have pulled off. Yeah.
Hmm. Anyway, so all the very best. All the very best for your future
Thank
endeavors,
you.
like Kammattam and everything. Thank you for
Thank
spending
you
time.
so much, Anand.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.